I'll just tell you the story in case you don't know it, and it may be able to go in the video, maybe it won't. Definitely parts of it will not go in the video. But, so what, we just got finished playing a show at a skate park in Jackson, Missouri.
Yeah.
And like right when the show ended, I was already asleep in the back of the van. So the guys drove to the nearest gas station. This is like middle of fucking nowhere, Missouri. And so, like, I passed out some cash for them to put gas in the pump. And they go in and they give the guy $40. And come back out and pump the gas. And like the screen for the gas pump was hella dirty. So like you couldn't really see it that well. And the light would not turn on either. So I guess the only number that showed up was 18, but that meant 18 gallons, and Andrew like popped his head in and he was like, it's only going to 18, and I was like, what the fuck? All right, we'll just go get the change and let's bounce or whatever. And then he came back out and he was like, the guy like told me to told me to fuck off or whatever, like he wouldn't give me the change, and I was like, what the fuck? And then like Jimmy, who was with us at the time, like said something like super antagonizing, so of course I like get up to go like deal with it myself, and I even look at the pump like real quick myself, and I'm like, oh yeah, like it says 18. So I go in there and I'm like, yo, like that shit says 18, and he's like, no, like you guys got what you paid for, you need to leave. And so at this point I was thinking I was getting ripped off, so I was like, what? Like I got like mad as fuck, and he comes out and like he starts like cussing us out, telling us to like get the fuck out of his parking lot, and I'm like, and then all of a sudden, like, I hear Nick puts his head, he's sitting in the shotgun seat, and he, like, puts his head, like, out the window like this, and be like, yo, it was 18 gallons, they fucked up, we got the gas. And then so I was like, oh my god, so I, like, run back to the fucking van, and, like, we get the fuck out of there, like, super fast, and then we get on the freeway and get pulled over, like, 2 miles later, and they, like, question us about the situation, and then so... Then he was like, alright, well, he was like, unfortunately, that like, because and I was like, alright, well, fuck it. And then, so like the phone rings, and it's like their like police department, but I didn't answer it. I was like, fuck that, I'm just gonna like not talk to him. And then we're driving we're like almost to the state line, and all of a sudden there was like an extreme roadblock, and like people in the van were just so fucking high that they were like thinking it was like to stop us from leaving the state, and it just ended up being like mad construction. Honestly, just going back to the ice rink, that was the last place I worked, was driving a Zamboni at the ice rink, so not trying to relive that. My best I got fired story is, I mean, I've only gotten fired one time, and it was, I mean, I got hired as seasonal, so you could take it as fired or take it as your time was up, either way, but in my last, like, couple days of working there, like, I showed up extremely high, like, very, very obviously, and just because I knew, like, my time was up regardless, and then my last few, like, overnight shifts, like, I don't know if they knew this or not, but, like, maybe this added into it, but I would, like, just out of pure boredom, like, drift the Zamboni, so... and like crash it into the walls and stuff like that, like literally play bumper cars with the Zamboni instead of make the ice smooth. I've actually never personally done karaoke, like I've literally not done it. Yeah, I don't know. I guess I don't have a go-to, I've been too scared every time. It's funny, like there was one time we played some like sold out show in Toronto, and like like we walked off stage, played to whatever, a bunch of kids. It was just like some fest, and we went into this restaurant where there was literally 8 people, and like 2 of them were doing karaoke, and I was like too scared to like go up and sing again in front of these 8 people when I had just played to however many hundred.
That's insane.
Corn. Corn's existence. I feel like the first thing that like triggered in my mind is like, oh my god, like this famous person that I like died was like Mitch from Suicide Silence. Like it's no, he's not like a celebrity in like the grand scheme of like what's on TV, but that was the first person who I had only seen on like a certain light. I'd only seen in like a like looking up to him type of way. Like obviously everyone's just a person, but yeah, I think that was the first time where I was like, oh my god, like this legendary ass person died. So I think that was the first one, and also just the fact that he was like singer in a band and shit too, so. One time we played on like one of our first US tours, like DIY tours, we played in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and in the fucking back like storage area of a thrift store. It was like a thrift store that had like a warehouse of everything they hadn't like fully gone through to put physically inside the thrift store yet, and we played in front of this mountain of TVs, which probably all didn't work, and like so we're just in this dirty old warehouse, and then just puked during the set on the floor. Like there was no stage, it was just on the floor. It was like the band was performing, and then there was puke, and then there was kids. So that was pretty rough. Our first show as a band was at this warehouse in Murrieta, California, which no one watching this video has ever heard of, but it was just at a warehouse for a guy who he owned like a glass and window company and stuff like that. So in the entrance of the show, like you walk into the warehouse, and there was like one of those big racks that had just like an assortment of windshields on it next to like next to the table too. You have to go your money for a ticket, and then so you walk in like past all this glass, and then you walk into the main room where you play, and there's still like more like windshield options. And then just beyond that, he just let hardcore bands play like DIY shows. It was really cool. And that was it's January 2010. It's even possible to like create your own lane at all. Like the best thing about humanity is the fact that like regardless of circumstance, like everyone can do whatever they want. You know, that could lead to good or bad things or whatever, but like the coolest thing about humanity is the fact that like you can do whatever you want and just see how it turns out. Like there's no rules to humanity outside of the law. I think like the entitlement that everyone should understand like where they're coming from on the internet, especially where you can't get like a true register of where someone's coming from when they're speaking. You can't read body language online or anything like that, and I feel like a lot of people online have the expectation that like everyone should see exactly where they're coming from, whether they're their friend or just coming across their profile, and when met with an idea that doesn't resonate with them, I shouldn't send them into like I shouldn't send them into a downward fucking spiral. You should just understand that not everyone is on the same page, and it's cool to try to prove your point to people, but at the end of the day, like I feel like people spend way too much time upset about things that just do not fucking matter. You don't agree with me on Twitter.com. That's my impression of @the world. The dumbest injury I've ever caused myself is a fucking hole in my tooth from not taking care of my teeth the way that I should. So sitting there holding my face in pain because my tooth hurts so bad and I don't have dental insurance, thinking to myself like, damn, I really did this to myself. Like I could have just brushed my teeth after those snacks, but instead I said fuck it, and now here I am. So the spiciest thing I've ever eaten was on the way to Las Vegas. One time we stopped at a gas station where they supposedly had do you know what I'm talking about right now?
I think so.
We stopped at this gas station on the way to Las Vegas where they had supposedly the world's hottest chip, and it was like one single Dorito inside of it. Had like a package with like warning after warning that it was the hottest chip. It was the hottest chip on earth, and everyone in the band literally had a fucking crumb of it, and everyone needed to chug their own separate like pint of milk afterwards, because like everyone got ice creams and milks after trying this one single chip. There was like the hottest chip in the world, and I think 3 of us puked like right outside of the van, like on the gas pump, like puked like on the gas pump. And then like there was still like half of the chip left after the 6 of us had taken a crumb, so we smashed it up and put it in a regular bag of Doritos and like would like offer it to people like at separate times, and like just so after we all died on half of this chip, we played Russian roulette with the with the rest of it in a regular Dorito bag, but it was gut-wrenching. I guess we'll go with the poo flavored chocolate. All alt press, teeny bopper bitch ass question.
These are pretty weak.
Brian Starr's ass question.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of I'm trying to make the two true things ridiculous, and then the one that someone would believe. So far I have 1, we have a band member that exists in complete silence. 2, we have a song with 1 million plays, which is super believable, but it's not true. The band is an upwards of $10,000 worth of giant.
Just fucking dump your demons out on all the children.
That should definitely be in there.
No, that's too much.
Don't follow your dreams. The band has upwards of $10,000 of debt. As successful as we may appear, I'm drowning in debt. To my personal name at that.
Yeah. Oh my god. We have a band member that exists in complete silence. We just had a song hit 1 million views, 1 million plays on Spotify. And... Fuck, wait, what was the other one that we were gonna say?
Bass player.
Oh, fuck. Alright, I'll just do it again. 2 truths and a lie. We have 1 band member that exists in complete silence. We just had a song hit 1 million plays on Spotify. Oh my god, I forgot it again. 2 truths and a lie is... we have a band member that exists in complete silence. We just had a song hit 1 million plays on Spotify. And... we've toured the world with no bass player. I look over at you and you're like... You're like...